So I wanted to walk you through how we're set up, and hopefully this could help you with your organization, or if you have any ideas that would help us out, we'd appreciate it. So let's take a walk through. All right guys, so here's the trailer. Just for information, it's a 7x12 tandem. It's got the blackout trim on it. But if I had to do it all over again, the one thing I would change is the height of the trailer. This is a perfect height for hitting your head every time. So I've gotten into the habit of ducking every time I go in there, most of the time I should say. But we'll start with the ramp here. It has a flap that folds down, and we also added a flap here so that we can roll things in and out easily without getting caught on the gap right there of the trailer. And also it makes for rolling things in and out easily here. And we'll talk more about that in a second. Here behind all of the storage, I've got place for sheet goods, drywall, and a little bit of lumber. So we can put a full 4x8 sheet up in there. Here I have just a standard like cord reel from Lowe's or a big box store. You can get these there. And essentially the cord, we're able to just run it straight through the floor, and we can plug it in and leave it on overnight, or at the job site if we needed to close the door and leave the trailer for any reason, it doesn't get in the door. But this is very handy to have just right here at the back, so we can just roll it up pretty easily and get out. All I did here was a little pigtail to plug in here, and that powers the lights and also the outlets here. Sorry, I dropped the camera. But so this powers the LED lights here in the ceiling, but the power also runs down here to my charging station. This is where we keep our batteries charged up. Starting here at the top, just little odds and ends. Here I've got all my battery storage up under the top shelf, so that's really handy. It's really handy. You can check what status your batteries are in before you grab them, or if you need to, of course, charge them. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here so we can see it better. But this is like cabinetry stuff, pocket hole, screws, drills. This is my drywall bucket. So everything drywall is in here for the most part. And then I've got random stuff here. I never quite finished that out, but I need to do a little organization there. Below this is kind of a unique idea. This is most of my tools, so I'm able to flip this up, and these are all individual, and you can pull them out and roll them to the site. And the handy thing about these is they're the exact height of my miter saw, so if I don't want to set up the whole stand, we can pull one or two of these out and it's the same height, so you can rest your longer material on that. So the idea with these is we can just move these in and out as we need to, and it works pretty dang good. It took a minute to figure out how to keep them all in place, and this is not the most elegant solution, but it works. These here on the side just keep each separate drawer from pulling out when the latch is down. So if we only had this, the carts themselves wouldn't pull out, but each individual drawer does. So this stops them from moving out. Again, there's probably some better ideas to resolve that, but that's what I have for now. So we move down through. I've got all our power tools for the most part, mostly cordless. Would love for everything to be cordless, but so far we've got probably 75% maybe. Here I've got the Capex miter saw and stand. A couple dust extractors. This is more just dust extractor hoses and attachments. Here is our drywall sander. So with this sander, we can do, I would say, probably 90% dust-free sanding inside a house. So customers really enjoy that. Portable cordless shop vac for just on-site stuff, and cordless table saw. Moving on around here, I originally built the trailer with these shelves, and these are adjustable. So there's one here and then one behind this one, but it just wasn't enough shelving. With this being a smaller trailer, we needed more storage space. So what I ended up doing was adding this, kind of got the idea of like a hidden like library door, like you open the door behind the books and secret passageway, but kind of the idea I had behind that. And it's held here with this little gate latch. So you just pull that out and you have a good bit more storage behind there. That's where the spare tire is. And so I maximized that extra space for glue and various things there. But again, most of our drywall, drop cloths, stuff like that is back in there. And hadn't had any issues with it. If I had to improve the design, I would probably change the casters here and just put one wheel, a bigger wheel on the side, so that it just moves with the shelf. But haven't done that yet. This ended up being a perfect little spot for our miter saw extension stand. So that fits great there, out of the way. We maximized the trailer door to hold our Festool tracks. Always keep my Vito Pro Pack here. I love this thing. This is one of the best things that, best purchases I've made. It's just perfect for what I need it for. Here I have storage for caulk gun. My Atlas tool vest goes here. This is the track for the Festool skill saw, which is super handy. And then just a 2-foot level there. Those things are right by the side door in case I want to get those real quick. Moving on down this side, this is all my miscellaneous screws, drill bits. Some of these I have electrical parts, so wire nuts, another electrical, and then plumbing. So I got PEX, fitting, copper, torch, other sweat supplies for sweating copper, and then just miscellaneous anchors and screws on down. This is really handy. I'd love to use pack out organizers, but they're just so dang expensive. If you're buying this many of them, this worked out great for me. Right above there we have storage for caulk. That's worked out nicely. And then I had extra space, so I added this side. And again, this is my rudimentary latch mechanism, but it works. We've got drawers with miscellaneous just tools and things I didn't really have a place for, or plumbing stuff, and just crowbars, stuff like that. And then more cordless tools here. These aren't necessarily Festool, but I have these sustainers, and they stack neatly, take up a little, not much room. That's one of the things I love about the sustainers versus pack out. Pack outs are very sturdy, but they're so big. Now this weird conglomeration here, this is my on-site workbench, and I built it with, it's got 2 extensions that come out here, and when you pull those out, the Milwaukee table saw, the cordless one, sits right in there. So I can put the table saw there and have an outfeed table, and also a workbench to, of course, to work on. And I put it here because I didn't really have a place for it, but it's actually worked out way better than I thought it would, because behind here, really all I have to do is unlatch this, and it swings out like a door pretty easily. So that was a benefit I didn't really plan for, but it worked. Here I have Little Giant, and it's like a, I don't know, old, like, I don't even know what you call this type of holding system, but I got that. And then the Centipede saw stand, sawhorses. That's what I pull out and put the workbench on. So this has actually worked out pretty good. I just latch it there. Come around back, have extension cord and my handy blower. We like to keep the job site clean all the time, so it's right by the back. We can just blow off the driveway or wherever we've been working and clean things up really fast with the cordless blower.